day 12 of the Lowcostbeer Advent Calendar. Now, it's been an interesting Advent Calendar so far. We've had some sours, tarty beers that are unbelievably tarty. We have had some beers with heads that I've never seen anything like in my life. It's been interesting. You know, it's been a journey. And, you know, for every journey, there's the next day. So it's day 12. Oh, let's hope to God it's not anything difficult. So, here we go. And I haven't had a sneaky look. I've been good. I'm tempted to, but bloody hell. Right at the back, it's a can. And it's like Christmas, isn't it? You know, when you're opening that present, you think, what's this? Oh, it's a Dinkum can. Oh. So, that's another bitter. 2 bitters on the row. How about that? So it's from Moor Beer Company. Revival. Drink more beer. Well, I can't fault that. It's a good slogan, isn't it? You know, if you can have a slogan, you drink more beer is a really good slogan. Best bitter, 3.8%. Was it best bitter? Can't see. Bloody writing, so dinkum. Oh, can't see that writing at all. Look at that writing on there. I mean, that you can see the Revival and the 3.8 quite easily, but that other writing, I'd need my light on to see that. Right. So I thought it was a best bitter when I first looked. Oh well. See, never heard of them. So it's going to be an interesting beer review. Let's hope it's not sour. Right. Citrusy on the nose. And again, this wasn't one that I'm sure I didn't see this on Low Cost's website. Because I do check their website out quite often. And I didn't see it on there. So, slightly hazy amber, hazy deep amber pour, white head, hoppy nose, citrusy, 3.8% as well, so not too strong. Yes, I mean, let's be fair. We've all got our favourites on beers that we either like or don't like. I mean, me personally, I'm a massive porter fan, and I like beers. I like beers that are good strength but cheap priced. But that's just being the type person, you know. I don't like to feel that I'm paying silly money for a beer, and then you drink it and you think, oh no, that was not worth the money. Elvis juice is nice. I do like that. Mangrove Jack, they do a great homebrew kit that's very, very similar to Elvis juice. Got like an earthiness to it. Definitely citrus, earthy, sessionable, 3.8%. That's very sessionable, if a bit weak, really. Then again, as long as it's not a sour beer, I'm not overly complaining. Yeah, the crazy run up to Christmas now with shops and that. God, today was ridiculous in the shops. I had to queue outside Tesco's for the first time on that stupid red and green traffic thing. And it's funny because everyone was sticking to it as well, which is quite funny. You know, you'd think people would just think, oh, sod that, I'm going in. And but they're actually sticking to the red and green, you know, the traffic light system. So it's quite funny. Although at Sainsbury's, they didn't even have a red and green system. Everyone was just walking in, which I think is the best way, really, you know. it does seem to be the thing that the supermarkets do tend to be having mostly a lot of the same products at the same prices this year, especially amongst the big four. Although Tesco's today certainly up the ante. I mean, I remember Morrison's having the likes of Grey Goose vodka at 30 quid. I think it was last year or year before. And you had about 3 bottles per store. But for Tesco's to have that many, they've done a major deal, because Grey Goose is probably the king of the top end vodkas. Not my cup of tea, to be honest. I don't think it's that much better than the likes of Absolute. But you know, people who are brand snobs will do that, don't they? You know, I mean, I think Old Tom as a beer at 8.5% is one of the best supermarket beers out there, and at a price which is decent. You know, it's a good price. I'm still surprised how they can sell it for that price when you think that duty is forcing breweries to bring their prices down, the ABV down rather. It just makes you wonder how they can still do it. But I suppose at some stage they'll either reduce the size of the bottle or they'll up the price, especially if we go the way. So, very easy drinking citrus beer. Never heard of this brewery. And, hey up now. Just the two, mate, tonight. See, the mini kegs, it's amazing how they've come to the forefront. 5 years ago when I was at Sainsbury's, there was none around. Nowadays, they're everywhere. I mean, if you're a brewery, it's a good way of selling 9 pints of your beer. I actually prefer it warm. Strange, isn't it? But then again, we're all very different, you know. Not all of us. I'm just scrolling the... Yeah, a lot of these supermarkets, people just walk in front of you. If someone does it once, I tend to fucking block them the next time. I think, right, you bastard. You just walked in front of me like a dickhead. So the next time I'll see them out the corner of my eye and then just look the other way and drag the trolley across just to piss them off. Yeah, with the mini kegs, you think they do a lot of recycling, wouldn't you, with them? Or if you can reuse them yourself now, that'd be interesting. Put a bit of CO, you know, put your own home brew in and a squirt of CO2. That could be an interesting way of doing things. I was tempted to buy old crafty. Yeah, no, I just, you know, when you see people who are dickheads, you think you're right. You know, you just be awkward, but awkward in a way that they don't think you're being awkward, but you know you're being awkward. You know, just to get your own back on them. There's a lot of dickheads who walk around shops. You know, at Sainsbury's, you know, you used to get a lot, and I find that it's the people with money who are the worst. You know, the people who think they're above everybody else, they are always the worst. There I'm shopping. I mean, one bloke one day, the freezers went down in Sainsbury's. I think it was the gluten-free freezer. And this bloke come up to me and he says, "Excuse me, this freezer's down." I says, "Yeah, all the stuff's been chucked, and yeah, it'll be restocked overnight." "That's not fucking good enough." And he's talking to me like that, and I thought, you won't talk to me like that on the street because you get knocked out. And I just walked off from him, called him a cunt, and walked off. No, but I am going to do a lager and cider review. Once I get rid of these sodding advent calendars, I'm going to do a snake bite. I want to do a black and tan. Can't remember what that is at the moment. I think it's Guinness and something else. And, you know, all those quirky combinations that from years ago. And I'm going to do a review of each of them. You know, I've got plenty of beer to do all them sort of reviews anyway. Or just go out and buy them, you know, just to make sure I can do them. And get the right type of lager and the right type of cider and so on. But yeah, it's certainly something I want to do. enjoying this. You know, it's sessionable. I'm cooking dinner in a minute, so can't be too drunk tonight. And I don't know how I'm not getting red cards. Plus, I'm driving tomorrow for 2 hours, so well, about an hour and a half. Sorry, going to Alton Towers for the day for their Christmas extravaganza thing. Guinness and blackcurrant. I've had Guinness and blackcurrant before. Bitter and stout. Oof. Oh, that'd be black and tan, wouldn't it? Bitter and stout. I will get some beers just for that purpose, like a bottle of Guinness and a bottle of, I don't know, some bitter, and then do the same with the lager and the cider and all them. Yeah, there's some interesting things. A lot of the younger generation. I mean, to be honest, I've never had a snake bite, not that I can remember. So, and I'm 49. So the younger generation will not know anything about the likes of snake bites and black and tans. And to be honest, I had to read up on it the other day. Unless I'm just not that much of a beer drinker, or wasn't that much of a beer drinker. We'll put that into perspective, eh? Wasn't. I mean, nowadays, well, I said to myself when I woke up this morning, I thought, right, that's it. I need to calm down on the drinking, because I know that I'm drinking more than I should do. And then you get to this time of night and you think, oh, sod it. But tonight, I'm going to be good tonight. Unless I can't sleep at about 12 o'clock, then I'll have something, but the only downside with buying 2 advent calendars, I'm kind of forced into reviewing them sometimes. And you think, oh, so I don't really fancy one of them tonight, but you have to review it anyway, because obviously I bought it for that purpose. Oh, fucking hell. Might do a review at 12, you never know. Cider and stout. Oof. I like a mild. St. Peter's mild's amazing. I do apologise. These comments are coming through all at once. Bitter and lager, brown and mild, and brown bitter. Whoa, that sounds actually really nice, doesn't it? Yeah, I've caught up again now. Bloody thing. Good evening. Well, there's the beer from the Moor Brewery, Moor Beer Company. Drink more beer. We can all agree with that, can't we? Drink more beer. As the slogan goes, that's pretty bloody good. I love that slogan. I ain't got a clue what the actual beer is because the writing's so dinkum. And if you think you're in a supermarket and the supermarket lights are better than the lights in here, but you know, if you haven't got the greatest of eyesight, you will not be able to read that small writing at all. And to me, that writing should have been probably black and slightly bigger. And the writing on the back as well, it's all really, really small. And if I was being picky, I would say that companies need to sort out their writing and make things bigger so that you can actually see what you're trying to buy. Because you might see that and think, well, what is it? I ain't got a clue. And yeah, certainly the size of the writing needs to be bigger. If I was picking fault, which I don't try to do too often. So cook some dinner. Wife's having steak again. We do like the steak, we do. Steak, mushrooms, garlic mushrooms, and crispy potatoes with garlic, butter drizzled over the top. And we'll have the worst breath tomorrow than we can stand. But hey, you can't win more, can you? Hey. Looking forward to Christmas. I break up next Thursday for 2 weeks and 3 days. So a good, a good Christmas break. Don't you need it, after this year? And I'm hoping that supermarkets are forced to take Boxing Day off. I think certain supermarkets already have, like Asda and that. And the others need to do the same. The power of the public need to force supermarkets to shut their bloody doors on Boxing Day. Give their staff a day off. I mean, they're working like twats all the way up to Christmas. You think that, I've worked on Boxing Day about 3 times when I worked at Sainsbury's. And, it was so dead. It was unbelievable. And on the booze section, it was even more dead because no one was buying booze on Boxing Day. Everyone's already stacked up. New Year's Eve, then, yeah, you can understand. Everyone's buying Prosecco and champagne ready to crack open the new year. But on Boxing Day, nobody's buying beer. And yet and the only reason people come in on Boxing Day is to buy the turkeys, the fresh turkeys that are going out of date, and they get them for a fiver instead of about 50 quid. And the bargain stuff, that's all they're going in for. And sad, isn't it? You know, I think no shop should open Boxing Day. So give the retail staff some time off. Yeah, companies might lose a bit of money, but sod it, eh? You know, we're only here on Earth once. It's going to be an interesting time next year when we're all paying more taxes with Brexit. Very interesting. Although, looking from another perspective with Brexit, if you're making the stuff in this country, see the EU, they're all very, you know, it's our way or no way. If you look at Brexit, whether you agreed with Brexit or not, if you look when Brexit was first on the cards, nobody in any of the European countries says the EU is good for this reason. All they said, if Britain leaves the EU, it's bad for this, bad for that, and that. Nobody said what was good about the EU. Nobody. I never heard one minister from any other country say anything good about the EU. They just said it was bad for Britain if they leave it. And now you've got obviously these talks going off. But you know, if you're making the stuff in the UK and you're not paying tariffs, then you don't really need the EU. And it's about time Britain started making more of its own stuff than importing it all. And if you can make it quality and make it cheap, then you don't really need. I mean, it's like the likes of Brie and all these things from France. Surely you could make an English Brie using a similar recipe. And with all the other countries that Britain has got dealings with around the world, I mean, we've got the Commonwealth, India, Pakistan, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, etc. Go back to the Commonwealth, whereas the Commonwealth is all together as one. Now that'd be something, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Like the Commonwealth Union, where we're all joined together. And hey, I want to be a Prime Minister. They won't like it. So, 18 minutes in, rattling again, and two quite weak beers really. 4.1 and 3.8 is weak. You know, I might have to have something stronger later, and I might do a sneaky review up the arse if the wife falls asleep. But yeah, good citrus beer from Moor Brewery. Session strength at 3.8%. And easy drinking. And, yeah, enjoyable all the way through. I bet a load of comments come through in a minute. About 20 comments. Because obviously I haven't seen a comment for a while, so it makes you wonder. I'll probably re-watch the video and there'll be like loads of comments and I've missed every single one of them. But hey, if I can't see them, I don't know what's up with YouTube these days. Yesterday it did it. Both the reviews last night, the comments came through about 20 all in one go. And so yeah, nice, enjoyable, sessionable beer. Never heard of the company. And obviously, because it's advent calendars, I don't do any research beforehand. And I can't use my computer that's here. Which I will be doing as soon as I'm off the advent calendars. So it's nice to have a bit of background info, and especially because I can't read that writing at all. Out of 5 for me, about a 4.0 out of 5. I thought it was a really nice, sessionable strength beer. I don't know if it's an IPA or what, because it just fucking say. But not that I can read it. And if anybody out there can read it, you're doing well. I can just read the 3.8%, and I can read the black writing, but that yellow writing just there, I can't read one iota of it. Right, did I say 4.0? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Right, and that's it for this beer review. Thank you all for watching and commenting. And if I missed all your comments because YouTube's taken an age to upload them, I do apologise. You know, it's not really my fault. And see you soon. And late one tomorrow, probably about an 8 o'clock review tomorrow, because I'm at Alton Towers all day. Should be a good day, hopefully. I hope it's warm and not pissing down. Cheers.